Joining me now from Abuja is Franz Celestin, Chief of Mission in Nigeria of the International Organization for Migration, the IOM. Franz, it's good to have you join me right now. One would say this is really disturbing that the number of those involved in this is rising. What are the challenges going forward? Because this has been on the front burner for a long time and some level of awareness has been created. What is responsible for this rise?
Good morning, Mike. It's good to be with you on TVC. Well, we see a number of factors, and that includes the fact that it's a very lucrative business. It's a $150 billion a year business, and criminals find that they make more money enslaving human beings than doing join more productive industries. It's probably because they have networks throughout the world, and it's fairly easy for them to conduct such a horrible business. We've seen that they have a number of enablers in the communities and in the various strata of society. So what we need to do in this case is to make sure that every member of society is vigilant and looking and searching for these criminals.
All right, when you talk about they have enablers in the community and strata of the society, can you break it down for us to understand these enablers?
Well, like you pointed out with your leader piece, NAPTIP said they actually have advertisement in the papers. What's happening now, these criminals are recruiting in churches, they're recruiting in mosques, they're recruiting in places where people trust those who are giving out the messages. They're using grandmothers, they're using mothers, they're using people that you know. If somebody comes to you that you know, say, okay, we want to take you to this place and you'll make this amount of money per hour. If it's somebody you know, you'll do it. So it's not an underground enterprise. They're quite bold in using new tactics.
All right, in the way to curb this, I wonder what partners you're working with, your organization is working with to see how this trend can be reduced.
Right, so naturally we are working with NAPTIP as the Nigerian government's anti-trafficking agency. But there are a lot of MDAs that are part of this, such as the NIS. We, as the UN, working with our UN sister agencies like UNODC, which is at the forefront at this issue. But we are working with society in general, looking at the imams, the pastors, the traditional leaders. And also the individuals themselves to pass the message. I have a story of Favor, who at 24 years old was deceived and convinced to go to Libya, who spent days in the desert, locked in a room, and repeatedly abused on a daily basis. Food was withheld. Then in 2017, we brought her back. She's now a messenger. And also she's leading a productive life. So it's using every single tool and mechanism that's possible to curb this heinous practice.
All right, when it comes to creating awareness amongst Nigerians who fall victim of this or citizens who fall victim, what strategies are on ground to ensure that people become aware and don't fall prey to this?
This is a very good question, Mike, because I think for something like this, you need a whole of society approach. So from our side, we make sure we have community dialogue. We not only have radio and TV programming, but go into the level of that person, the individual, to make this person a crusader against this crime. We have community theater. We have the traditional leaders involved in educating them on what the signs are and how the criminals in the networks operate. And this sort of violence that is brought upon those who are victims of trafficking. So it's to what we're trying to do in our programming is try to instill a psychological shift to make sure that people can identify this sort of crime.
All right, Franz Celestin, Chief of Mission in Nigeria, IOM. Thanks for talking to us on TVC Breakfast.
Thank you for having me, Mike.
Thank you.